I might as well just sleep in the ships. Apparently, a good technique is to get the duvet case inside out and hold it by the corners and shake it down, and with a bit of luck you might slip and accidentally garrot yourself. So that's good. Because you do have like embarrassing things. Has anyone ever shouted out the wrong name during sex? I did, but luckily for me it was the name of Native American hero Geronimo, so I got away with it. It's alright. Sorry. Have you heard about Northerners and anal sex? They like it up there. That's my favourite. That's my favourite joke. They're like embarrassing things. So I'm going to alienate the women for a second because only the men will understand this. But you know when you go to the urinals, don't you? You go to the urinals. There's always one man stood in the corner, isn't there? And you always go right up to him, don't you? You go right up to him. You go shoulder to shoulder, don't you? You go shoulder to shoulder. You unzip, don't you? You get out your penis, don't you? You start weeing, don't you? And then you lean over, don't you? You lean over. You go, Jesus Christ, your wee smells funny. Have you been eating asparagus? And he goes, no, I'm dying. That's always awkward, isn't it? So, right, another thing that was happening, keep hold of the gold, that is my personal motto. I was walking down the road in Helm, and there was a bus stop, and there was about 13 or 14-year-olds standing around there. And I was thinking, God, that's quite intimidating. At the time I was wearing a Superman t-shirt, right? It's not an ironic statement. I'm fully aware that when I'm naked, I look like a poorly organised sock drawer. I was walking towards this thing and I had Superman. It's just like, if you wear a Superman t-shirt, people shout out, oh, it's Superman! It's just like, I know, but they're using words as a weapon. As if they're going to make you cry. They're going to make you cry because they know that you're a fat fucker, right? And they know that you've just gone up a trouser size in H&M. They know that. And like once I was at school and I was in the queue for the can machine, right? And I was wearing my Superman t-shirt. Kids have been shouting at me all day. I was thinking this was a mistake. And there's this queue for the can machine was getting down. And then there's this little kid in front of me. He got his can of Dr. Pepper. And he turned around, he saw a t-shirt, he goes, Spider-Man! It's like, no, it's Superman, you shit! And I got suspended, which turned out to be my kryptonite. So I was walking down the road right towards this thing, and I was thinking, Superman, they're definitely going to shout at you. They're definitely going to shout at you in the street. Definitely going to shout at you in the street. Definitely going to shout at you in the street. And then I think when you're like about to get to a large group of people, right, and you overthink simple mechanical things that you do every day, like walking, and your hip seize up, and you start thinking, how do you walk again? And you're kind of doing this awkward robotic waddle down the road, like Robocop just shat his pants. You're thinking, they're definitely going to shout you down here, can't they? They're definitely going to shout at you now with the Superman t-shirt. You can't even walk properly anymore, you fucking dick. What were you thinking going around that school kicking out time past the bus stop? Right? And I got all the way past them though. Got all the way past them, right? And they did shout out at me, right? But what they shouted, they didn't shout out, oi Superman. They shouted out, oi! Bon Jovi! I don't like his music anymore, but he's a good-looking fucker, so keep hold of the gold. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The other thing was I was in a nightclub, right, and at the end of the night, we went out, and there was this girl that bumped into her, fancied her for ages, fancied her for absolutely fucking ages, right, and I went up to her, and I talked to her for about 30 seconds, right, and then she got into a taxi and went away. So straight away, I texted her and said, it was good to see you tonight, did you have a nice time? Straight away, she texted me straight back, right, she said, yes, I did have a nice time, did you? Straight away, I texted her straight back again. I said, yeah, I had a nice time, do you want to meet up for a drink? And nothing, right? I walked around for a fucking day, like going, I can't believe I did that. Because you do that thing when you're drunk, right? You've ever been so drunk that you shat your pants, which is impressive because they're on the other side of the room. I think when you're drunk and you wake up and you go, oh, and you have that thing in your stomach, you go, oh, and you shudder about it all day, going, oh, and then like you get it all day, like every 5 minutes on the minute you go, oh, you're walking around, and then 6 months later you're buying cheese, and you get it, you go, you think, why did I do that 6 months ago? And you want to get an umbrella and stick it down your throat and open it up and scrape out all the badness that's inside of you, but you can't. Yeah. So I was feeling like that. And the next day, you go, why did I text her? Why did I text her? Why did I text her? Oh, why did I do that? And what happened was, right, I phoned up my mate, and he goes, don't be like that. There could be any number of reasons why she didn't text you back. Yeah? Maybe her phone ran out of batteries. Maybe she didn't have any credit. Look on the bright side, maybe she got into one of those dodgy cabs. Yeah, look on the bright side, maybe she's dead in a ditch. Keep hold of the gold. So yeah. You know when you're walking through the desert and you've been walking for 40 days and 40 nights, you think, fuck me, it's hot out here. Fuck me, it's hot. And the sun is beating down you. It's oppressive heat, that's what it is. And you're walking, you make the best of it. And you're sweating, and you think, oh God, oh God, oh God. Right, yeah, that's right. You have a little chat about it with your mate. Not even attempting to cover up the fact that you're chatting during a quiet bit. And you're walking, and you're sweating, and you're in the desert. You think, how can I do anything to relieve myself from this dehydration, which is affecting my entire body? And you think to yourself, why not use urine? And you manage to squeeze a couple of droplets of urine onto your hand and get out to your mouth, and your lips become less dry, and your tongue becomes less rough, like sandpaper. But eventually you will end up being more dehydrated than you would have been had you not initially consumed your own urine in the first place. So don't do that. You know when you're walking home late at night, you think, fuck me, it's cold out here. Fuck me, it's cold. You've got an 8-mile walk and you're out of money and you can't get a taxi and you're walking, you think, fuck me, it's cold. Jesus ate Shatner, it's cold out here. How can I do anything? Anything just to warm myself up, just a little bit, and stop myself from the freezingness which is affecting my entire body. You think to yourself, why not use urine? And you urinate all over your legs, don't you? And you do warm up. But eventually that cold air will get to it, and it'll freeze over. And you will end up being more cold than you would have been had you not initially urinated on yourself in the first place. So don't do that. You know when you're in a loveless relationship, and you think, fuck me, do I have to go to bed with the same person night after night after night? What's the point in sex? We're only going to have to get ourselves cleaned up again afterwards anyway. Go through a pantomime of emotions, you think, how can I do anything? Anything, just to spice things up, just a little bit in the bedroom. And you think to yourself, why not use urine? And she's up for it, so sometimes urine can be your ally. That's a little take-home fact for you. So that might save a relationship, and if I've done that, I feel pretty smug about myself. Just gonna finish with my favourite joke, because you've earned it. Is it just me, or does anyone else think that Tim Rice and Tim Curry should get together and open up an Indian takeaway? They could call it Tim's. It would be ideal. Thank you very much. I've been Nick Helm.